All right, 5 minutes, have at it. We'll come around after your work. Happy Friday. What's the name, G? Right?
Yeah.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah.
What's she? All of these. Let me get you a calculator. I want you to add these up. And subtract 20. I am an old man. Please, old enough. Please grab the calculator when you come in, all right?
Good morning, Brock Letters. A few quick reminders today. First, a reminder that next week on Monday will be middle school step team trials. Season name for more information. Also next week will be both the middle and high school meetings for GSA. GSA is a club for LGBTQ youth and their allies. The middle school meeting will be Wednesday, September 26th during lunch. The high school meeting will be Thursday, September 27th, also during lunch, in room 158. Finally, a reminder that the culture team is holding the first ever Raven t-shirt competition. Please send an image of your design to Mr. David by the end of September, and winning design will be featured on a limited edition Raven t-shirt. The winner also gets t-shirts with their design on it. And finally, overnight trip slips are due today. If you have yet to turn them in, make sure you do so today. Have a great Friday.
Yeah. It's inside. Yeah, so there's one of them that's out. That's a really use that up to. Then check your work and because when you say angle C, I don't know if you're talking about this, this, that. So when there's, if you say angle B, there's nothing else that can be bonus. But with this one, you gotta use 3 letters. Just show me
What's the rule? I'm not copying. You got this.
I mean, yes, you're right. Okay. But I'm gonna point it out. I'm just gonna walk away. Alright, so. No, you're good. Go ahead. For this one, interior needs to be inside, exterior needs to be outside. I'm looking for things like interior. It's all I'm looking for. Crazy. Yes, please help. Please help. Good. How many degrees are you? Good. So take those 2 angles and not subtract from. Yeah. And then in here, when I look for interior, I'm talking about each angle. You see the graph? Here. That's the name. What's the name of this inside or outside? There's only one that's outside. No, see, when you say Yes, there you go. All right, that's 5 minutes. We're going to quickly go over this. In my notes, I had it. I'm going to skip 1 and 3, but I don't know. What's angle X add up to? Yeah, 60. How are we figuring that out? What are you doing? Yeah. Emily, what do the angles of a triangle have to add up to? What do the 3 angles? Yeah, every single day, every single night, they have to add up to 180. So if you've got 120 on the other 2 angles, subtract from 180, that's how you'll figure out the missing angle. I wanted to review that, and I also wanted to point out that has a name. That's called the triangle sum theorem. Triangle sum theorem. It's not up there, I guess. So if you ever hear me say that, it is? Yeah, there it is, right there. I missed it. Triangle sum theorem. Awesome. Okay. Number 2, this is to review how to name angles. It's how to review what the inside of a triangle is, and then what the outside of a triangle is. All right? Interior means inside. So can someone give me, Tyler, give me one angle that's inside the triangle? Angle B. Yes, angle B is inside the triangle. Marcos, one more. Angle A, that is inside there. Maria, last one. Yeah, why is Maria saying angle BCA? Why is she going B to C to A? Yeah. Yeah, there's that outside angle. So if you call it angle C, I don't know if you're talking about the red or the green. It's ambiguous. It's ambiguous. So in that spirit, how would we name this outside angle? We know it can't be done with one letter. What is it? BCD. Yeah, that. Let me ask you that. Why is C in the middle? Yeah, that's the vertex. So when you want to say an angle, that letter has to go in the middle. And then the way you figure out the other ends is you kind of mark them. And you're literally just going to trace it. Start at B, travel to the vertex. And then if you wanted to go inside, if you wanted to do that interior, you would turn from C to the inside, and that's how you get that interior angle. If you want the outside angle, well, instead of going to A, from C, you're now going to travel to D. You're going to travel this way. And then you get that outside angle. Cool? All right, so we reviewed how to name angles. We reviewed interior means inside. Exterior means outside. Okay. Did anybody have an answer for X? It does equal 140. This problem is today's lesson. You have enough mathematical knowledge where you could fight through it and figure it out, but there is going to be a relationship between this. Wait, what do you call this angle? It's a vertex. Is it inside or outside? Yeah, so if we look at our focus, this is going to be called the exterior angle. There's going to be a relationship between this angle and these angles over here. All right? So that's what we're doing today. Super light, super light. It's a Friday. So can you flip over your papers? Then we're going to take some notes. We're going to take some notes. What's up? How you doing? Want to see a magic trick? This pen disappeared. You know. All right, everybody there? All right. So, oh my God, the exterior angle theorem. Woo! So, let's get into note-taking mode. Just my butt, I'm crunchy. The measure of an exterior angle. I should see all your pens, pencils moving. You should be copying that down. So before we finish it, well, in that picture, in that diagram on your notes, which of those angles is the exterior? Yeah, angle 1. So make a little note. Put an arrow, right, exterior angle. Now you know what you're talking about. Always, yeah. And when you extend that side of a triangle, that's how you're getting that exterior angle. That's where it's coming from. Sorry. Okay. All right, so this angle, that outside angle, always, it has to do this. It has to be equal to the sum. What do you think what do you think this angle has to be equal to? If you had to take a guess. If it was angle 1 and, I don't know, angle x. If we were adding angle 1 and angle x, they would have to add up to 180 because they make a linear pair. But it turns out this outside angle has to be, what is it? Yeah, it has to equal the sum of angle 3 and angle 2. And we call those remote angles. So you can kind of also toss that picture, those arrows in. I'll give you time to copy. I know you got a lot. I'll look for people to be done. When I see some eyes looking at me, I see pencils not writing, that's when I'm going to move on. Yes. Yes, you can. There's going to be one extra thing, though, because I think if you do it that way, you could also make an argument that angle 3 and, not on the same line. I got you. Yeah. Let's talk about that word remote. We know that angle 2 and 3 are the remote angles, but why are we using that term remote? What's a synonym? What's another word or phrase you could put in place of remote? Ooh, thank you. We'll go that way. Remote control. What is a remote control? What does a remote control do? Oh, so you take the remote control, you go right to the TV and you go, whack, and then it turns on? From where, though? So do I have to be right by the TV and hold it next to? Yeah, so the benefit of a remote control is you could be really far. That's what remote means. Remote means distant or far away or removed. So when we say remote angles, we're talking about the angles that are far away from the exterior. The angles that are not touching, are not adjacent to that exterior angle. That's all we mean by remote. So if you want to think of it as far away angles, go for it. That's what it is.
So this is like the language. Could you create an equation that follows this theorem? Just give me the first part. Okay. So when you add angle 2 and angle 3, what must you get? You have to get the measure of angle 1. You have to get the measure of angle 1. It will function that way. I think we got like 4 minutes left. 4 minutes for the notes, and then I'll just pass out today's practice. You are doing awesome. Are there any questions? Good. That's a very good question. This is not the number 2 plus the number 3. Yeah. I know we talk about using the letters like A, B, and whatever. You can also just stick a number in the corner or any symbol, and so long as you have that angle symbol, that's what this is. That's an angle symbol. It's saying, hey, look at the angle with this identifier. So I go, okay, let's look at angle 1. Oh, I know I'm looking there. So let's look at the examples at the bottom. All right, angle 1 would be like that y value. Angle 2 and angle 3 are having a value of 55 and 65. What does our theorem tell us about what angle y is supposed to be? These are the remote angles. We know if we add the remote angles, what must it equal? What's that? I'm going to let you, no. I'm going to let you work on these 2 examples. We'll put a 4-minute timer, and just my only ask is because Hikmatu is, she's on to a line of logic as to why this theorem works. Follow this flow. Don't tell me what x is. Use the theorem. Do something with these angles to tell me what angle y is. Then ask yourself, well, if I know angle y, what else can I do? All right, 4 minutes, and we'll just come around and check. As soon as you're done, we'll give you the practice. I'm going to help right here that way. Okay. This would be a good review. So you can look up there too, if that helps. All right. So if we look at our theorem, that outside angle, right, it comes from taking these angles and adding them. Okay?
So this and this added is going to equal y?
Yes.
This is 120?
Yes, because 55 plus 65 equals 120. That angle right here has to be 120. Well, now that you know that this is 120,
Then you're going to put it.
how much is that inside angle that's adjacent?
60?
Why?
Because 180 minus 120 is 60.
Good. 180 minus 120 equals 60. Okay, well, what happens when you add up angle X and angle Y? What do you have to get?
What do you have to get?
And that's what Hikmatu was kind of pointing out.
I would do the same thing.
Yeah, try it out. And as soon as you're done, let us know. We'll hand you your review sheet. Good, perfect. Try out that one. I'm gonna start getting practice. Does anybody want to put up number 2? Thank you, Omar. You can just attach it and unattach it there. Everyone has this question. Problem numbers 5 and 6 on the classwork today will show you why you need the exterior angle. Right now I'm showing you problems that are easy. 5 and 6 you cannot do if you do not have the exterior angle. It's not possible. That's why I'm teaching it, and when the Regents comes, that's what they're going to ask. They're going to ask that question. Okay. So, point to the outside angle. This angle has to equal the sum of the far away. Yeah, that's that angle. This angle is 120. Well, if this is 120, how much is left for x? Yep. And then all I'm trying to show you is that these angles are always out of line. Try that one out on your own. Try that one out on your own. I'm going to set a 8-minute timer. And that will be our way to check in at problem number 5. Is your question quick?
But this will be much more simpler because you already know how to do the like terms and stuff.
After this, we add. I have to add the 8 to the 10.
You don't subtract the 5 first. You do like terms first.
Like 10 is 5x and
No.
15x.
We have to focus on here first. These two are like terms. Do that first. Everything else is gonna be
Awesome. Can I steal that from you?
this.
Yeah.
Wait, I
'Cause I'm
didn't finish
gonna.
this. I didn't finish this one.
Can I? Um,
No.
that's good. Can you go around and check something and just help them out? If they're having trouble on this one, tell them to assume this is true. Just pretend that it is true and then solve it. I gotta finish up with them and then I'll be right there. Actually, talk to Maria. Okay. Ven aquí. ¿Cuándo?
Which is 109.
Mr. Can I ask you a question?
So,
You know how
we're just gonna keep on working. We got 3 people floating around: Dietz, myself, and Maria. So I think between the 3 of us, we should be good. You also have access to your elbow partners.
so look, so you know how we combine the axes, right?
I really gotta help them out. All right, I've given you attention. Yes, it is 9. Do you want me to walk you through how to solve it?
I got it now. I was just doing the math.
Okay. Can you both try number 6, just so I'm sure? All right. So, actually, I'm just going to take Maria's work and show you that. So, we have the same equation, right? What she's doing is combining like terms. 6x and 6x is 12x. I think you're good on that. 6 and a negative 4 is positive 2. She's then saying, okay, well, I have to get my x's by themselves. So I'm going to do the opposite of a negative 2. Are you seeing where that positive 2 comes from?
Yeah, like term.
Yeah. And always use a calculator because the signs can get a little confusing. All right? So then when she subtracts the negative 2, that's going to cancel. 110 minus 2 is 108. And then from there,
I'm
you
getting
go.
confused with that part, like that.
So in my notes, I have notes. That's where I think people are going to get confused. As I say right there, I should be looking out for people saying 112 or 110. All right, cool. Yeah, we can go over that one now.
So look,
Because I'm going to teach you, and then Jaylene and Alized can ask you the question.
so you know how we combine the axes, right? So that's 18x. So with this,
No. That's why. Okay.
oh wait, do we subtract? So
Yeah.
5x, right?
Let me talk you through it real quick. So we got 13x plus 15 has to equal
Plus 15. Oh yeah, plus 15, yeah.
5x plus 10, and then the other angle is 85.
So then from there we subtract 5x.
No,
Oh no, 13x.
Pause. First step is combine like terms. See how there's a bunch of stuff? On the left side, can you combine the x and the constant? Okay, so that's done. On the right side, all right, on the right side, can you combine anything?
Yeah.
What can you combine?
85 and 10.
Good. So we're going to simplify that then. We're going to still have 13x plus 15.
So we're just gonna put 5x equals 90.
No. These combine to
Oh, plus, yeah.
95. Keep the sign. Now there's no more things to combine. What you should do, reduce the language. What you should do is identify the smaller x. Which one's smaller?
5x.
Good. How do you get rid of the smaller one?
Subtract.
Good. Whatever you do to one side, yeah. So
That's 8.
8x comes down here. You see how you're like moving the x's to the left? You got to move this to the right.
Alright, so that's you add 15 and subtract 15.
Which one? How do you get?
Subtract, yeah, subtract.
Because you're trying to get rid of a positive. Whatever you do to one, you do to the other. I think that's going to be 80.
Yeah, 80. So 8.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't know what to do.
Good. When you're done, I'm going to give you a pen, and you're going to go around and check people. On that, on 5 and 6. All right? Yeah. Yes. Yes, you are right. You are right.
Come over here.
How would you show this side? Because that's what it's saying. Yes. Now, what kind of a triangle is that? Yeah. And what do you know about the angles in the top of this triangle? Yeah. Now, because you know this angle, once you figure out that, you can figure out that. Let's go with this. Alright, so point to the outside angle. That outside angle, can you erase it? Can you both go around and start checking? Then what I want you to do is on here, together,
I want to do it.
be careful, pick a problem and talk it out.
Okay.
Explain it, okay? You good?
Explain it.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this recording?
So,
In the diagram of KLM, no, that's triangle, right? Say it. Okay, below M angle L. Restart. Okay. Ready? Okay. In the diagram of, how do you say that? Just say KLM. Okay. In the diagram of KLM below, angle L equals 70, angle M equals 50, and MK is extended through N. What is the measure of LKN?
this outside angle must be equal to what angle?
So what we do first? Where's the paper? We gave it to him. You took it. What was? How did we get the answer? Okay, so you're gonna add. Give me. You're gonna add 70 plus 50. Stop cursing. Why are you cursing? 70 plus 50. So we're gonna add 70 plus 50, which equals 120. And then that's how we get what LKN is. And So the angle LKN equals 120. Right, let's do it. Take turns. Let's take turns. Stop being selfish.
I just want to do the pen thing.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to talk.
No, I'm just saying you're known for that.
I'm tired.
Given ABC with M angle B equals 62 and side AC extended to D as shown below. So you're going to subtract 180 by 62 because the angle of this triangle is an isosceles triangle. So 180 minus 62 is 118. And knowing the sides BC and AB and BC have to be equal, and the angle have to be equal. You have to divide by 2, which equals
59.
wow.
No. And then that's how you know that this is 59 and Kayla, you messing me up.
Imagine voices is saying to like puts a slap. So write this. X makes AB
Is that like a participation grade?
but it's close.
You need water. You need to curl this like that.
It's this. That's it.
And then you
What's up? We gotta still divide this guy in this one.
Miss, what is it that we have to turn in? Which one? This one? I don't know if I did it like that. Let me see. Okay, so do it. Finish it. I don't know where it goes, so I can check the lines as well. Go. Go. Up to the front. Go. Do it and then check the This is so fucking slow.
Now we're gonna do the exit ticket. Let me put up the exit ticket first, and then I'll collect it, okay? All right, we're in the last 5 minutes of class. I'm going to come around. Yeats and I are going to hand you an exit ticket. It's up on the board, all right? I'll collect that. If you're done, you can hand it in. If not, finish it over the weekend and then hand it in next Friday. All of the work is due on Friday, so any classwork assignments we give you, we hand it in on Friday. That's the deadline. I'm going to come around if you want to hand it in. You can hand it in. Is that better?